Hi, it's Sister Rogers again, and I would like to talk to you a little bit today about the Pathway Connect program's gathering meetings, which is a new concept probably for most people. It is a really important part of the Pathway Connect program, but it's a little bit confusing at first, and I get a lot of people asking me questions. What is this gathering meeting about? Now, just to give you a little bit of history, in the past, gathering meetings have mostly been in person. So when I was in the Pathway Connect program starting out in 2017, I would drive to a in-person meeting every week in the closest location to me, which is about 45 minutes away from me. Some people it was a lot closer, some people it was even farther away, but it was an in-person meeting where I met with other students who were also starting the Pathway Connect program the same time as me. We would meet with in person with missionaries, church service missionaries, and have a meeting, kind of a support group slash study group in person every week. Since then, they've started offering virtual options, and so there were some in-person gatherings and there were some virtual online meetings like through Zoom. And since the pandemic started in the spring of 2020, we have suspended all in-person gathering meetings, and all gathering meetings are now online. So there's a very long explanation of what's happening, but in the future, it's possible that there could be an option for gathering meetings to be in person again. As for right now and going forward for the rest of this school year, all gathering meetings are online. So if you sign up for Pathway Connect, you do not have to worry about where your closest meeting location is, or if you're going to have to get off work, or who's going to watch your kids or whatever. You will be doing any gathering meetings that you would have online virtually. So that makes it really convenient for many people. So what is a gathering meeting? So you're in Pathway Connect. As we've talked about before, you would take part-time to part-time classes, and you would start off with those, a religion class and an academic class. So that's 5 credits total, 2 credits for the religion class and 3 credits for the academic class. The classes in Pathway Connect are chosen for you. Everyone takes the exact same classes. And so the people that are starting the same time as you will be in the exact same class. So they're kind of like a general basic classes to start out with. Then once you finish the Pathway Connect program and move on to start actually working on your degree through BYU Idaho Online after Pathway Connect, then you pick your own classes and how many you want to take and that sort of thing. But starting out in Pathway Connect, everyone takes the same classes, which is kind of genius because it makes it easy to work together in a support group with other people who are taking the same classes. So a gathering meeting is a weekly meeting that is a required part of Pathway Connect. So every week you will have assignments and things in your online classes, but then separate from that, you will also have a meeting with church service missionaries and a group of other students in Pathway Connect, and it's called the gathering meeting or your gathering group meeting. You'll probably hear all of those terms. It's kind of a cohort, if you're familiar with that. It's a group of people, of peers who work together to help each other. So, what are the gathering meetings like? Okay, good question. You will meet together for about an hour per class. And so, since you'll be taking 2 classes, it's a 2-hour meeting. The first hour, you would be talking about your academic class, most likely, and kind of going over what have we been learning about this week. Let's take some example problems and use the skills that we've learned to kind of work them out together. Does anybody need help with the homework? Who's struggling with this subject? Students take turns doing kind of taking the lead in the discussion. It's a discussion format. So the church service missionaries are there kind of just to preside and conduct, and the students actually take the lead in the discussion. And everyone participates and logs in, is on the video, and can contribute. Their their feelings, their contribution, their experiences. And so it really makes it a great way to learn from other people and to feel supported and to be able to help other people when you're able to as well. So the meeting itself starts off with a prayer, and it's kind of like a church meeting. There's a prayer, there's announcements, and that sort of thing. And then one of the students who's been pre-assigned has planned the discussion, and using an agenda that, let me show you an example here. That's not it. Also not it. Here it is. this is an example agenda for one of the religion classes. So this is a week 8. It, says, okay, first, first is opening prayer, announcements, that thing. Here's some questions to discuss. What does the scripture mean? What does the scripture mean? And everyone can contribute, as much as they feel comfortable. Often you'll break into small groups to discuss a topic. This is the religion class, of course, but also through your academic course, you'll be talking about different, life skills topics, and that will prepare you for, for your degree seeking classes. So many people wonder how the classes relate to the gathering meeting. The gathering meeting supplements what you're learning in your actual classes, but it is separate. So your teacher is not involved, your academic class and your religion class teachers are not involved in the gathering group meeting. The missionaries are involved in the gathering group meeting, and your peers who are in the same group may not be the same people who are in your actual online classes. There are many of these same online classes going on at the same time, but the classes that you'll be discussing in the course materials will be the same. So, if there's something that you're struggling with, then, the people in your gathering group can help you work together on those things. If you have questions or something, a special experience in one of these areas, then, you can feel free to share and contribute that. So there is no teacher in the gathering group meeting. It is like a supplementary meeting. And I think of it as kind of like half study group, half support group. People work together as peers and, as fellow students in Pathwayconnect, supported by the Pathwayconnect missionaries, but it's a student-led group. So the weekly meetings are always on the same day at the same time every week. Our particular meeting meets on a certain night, but there are various days and times available that you can pick from based on your schedule. So, if a particular night doesn't work for you because of your work schedule or your church calling, then you can work around that. But it'll be, once you select the gathering time that you want, you will be consistent every week because you're always going to be with the same group and the same missionaries throughout your whole time in Pathwayconnect. So there's no grades for the gathering group meeting, but you are expected to attend. And so you're not graded on your participation, but you are graded on whether or not you attended the meeting. I hope that makes sense. So in your academic and religion class, they will ask you, did you attend the gathering group meeting this week? And if you do not attend, you lose points. And so, you're not necessarily graded by anything that you say or do or don't participate in the gathering group meeting, but it's to your benefit to participate in the gathering group meeting, and you are expected to attend. And that does start to affect your grade if you aren't attending those gathering group meetings. Right, so I hope this has helped answer some of your questions about the gathering meetings, what they're like, and what's involved in that. The people that I have worked with have, in general, felt like, oh, this gathering meeting situation, this is weird. I'm intimidated by this. I don't really want to do it. But after a couple of weeks, they are saying things like, wow, I need this gathering group meeting. I'm becoming friends with the people in my group. I feel supported by them. This is the highlight of my week, things like that. And so I think you're really going to like it. It might seem a little intimidating at first, but it's going to be really cool. And it's a really important part of what makes the Pathway Connect program and Pathway Connect students successful.